Hi honeys, we're back for another episode of Girl Do It For You. Alrighty, today has been a day, not even, I'm lying. We're off to a good start, but I miss you guys, so. The impact you have on someone, you have no idea. You genuinely don't know the impact that you will leave on somebody ever, like generally. But when someone leaves an impact on you, sometimes you don't even realize that they are leaving an impact. Like sometimes it's later and you're like, you think of something and you're just like, holy shit, that was so and so, and that's why I do that, and that's why I am the way that I am, or why I do a certain thing. And what I mean by that is it could be something simple. It could be as simple as saying, hi, how are you? Or, oh my God, you look really pretty today. Or to a random stranger on the street, I like your dress. I like your hair. Oh, you look nice. A compliment can go a long way. You don't know how shitty of a day somebody is having. You can have the slightest conversation or interaction with someone and it's something that they will think of like for a while maybe. If I'm having a really bad day and a girl on the street or whatever, if I'm walking and she says that she likes my outfit, like changed my whole mood, right? So just always be kind and always be mindful because you don't know what someone's going through, ever. And whether that's a stranger, whether that's a friend, and you think you know if they're having a good or bad day, like you don't. You genuinely don't know what's going on inside somebody's head. And there have been times where I've had a conversation with someone that's so minor, and to them, they probably don't even know that I still think about it, or didn't think it was that meaningful of a conversation, or even I don't know, like, and it sticks with me. I spoke about this last week on how I spoke with a friend. She's not really a friend. She is someone that I met for one time for all of maybe like an hour, and her story stuck with me about moving here. I probably will never see that girl again. But her story of moving here versus her younger sister, and it related to me. And it related to something that I went through, as I told you guys last week. And I met that girl one time, and I probably will never meet her again in my life. But if I ever do, like, I will forever be thankful to her for telling me that story and telling her story. And that's also why I tell you guys, tell your story. Tell it because it matters. Because there's someone else out there that needed to hear your story and needed to know that they weren't so alone. Or just comfort. Like, tell your story because she told me hers and it resonated with me, and I think about it all of the time. And that's so important and so big. And she probably didn't even, it was probably so little in her day. Like, oh yeah, I just spoke to her about whatever. She probably doesn't even remember my name, which is fine. We met through friends at a party, like, but it stuck with me. And it's the same as there's so many things in life that I can think of right now where situations where someone has told their story of something and it does affect you. Whether it's their experience and you're like, oh, like, thank God you told me that because now I'm not going to do it. Whether it's good, bad, ugly, tell it because it matters, because you leave an impact on people, whether you think it or not. You do. If you're mean to someone or if you treat somebody badly, they're going to remember that for a while and they're going to be like, oh, I don't want to ever do that. Or, wow, she was really shitty to me. Like, I don't ever want to hang out with her again. And you might not have known that you did it, but you did. Just like if you're nice to someone, they're going to want to hang out with you. It's all really comes full circle. But you leave an impact on every person you talk to, every person you meet, just like everyone leaves one on you. And you don't even know it, but everybody that you've ever interacted, they make up you. They make you who you are. Any person I've ever been friends with that I'm no longer friends with, they have made me who I am. Just like every bad relationship has made me who I am. And it's made me realize the things that you want and don't want. And that's the whole point of life. That's why you go through heartbreak. That's why you lose friends. That's why you meet new people. That's why opportunities are put in place, because it makes you who you are and those people leave an impact. And you don't realize it half the time. And that's fine. But what about this t-shirt that you wear to bed that's your ex-boyfriend's from 6 years ago? Like, that's an impact on your life a little bit. They left an impression because they left a piece. The shirt that's been in the back of your closet that was your friend's at one point that you no longer talk to, but you really like the shirt, so you kept it. Like all of it. The way that you dress a certain way or you do a certain thing because someone else did it and it stuck with you and now it's how you do it. Like, oh, I know how to braid my hair because my friend taught me a while ago. I made this TikTok and it was your mosaic like 3 or 4 years ago. And I watched it the other day to just kind of remind me of things of people that have impacted me. I spell the word because as Betty eats cakes and Uncle sells eggs because of Stephanie and when I was 5 years old. And we were in school together. I think we were primary one, two, three. I don't know. I went through all through primary school with Stephanie. And that was how she spelled it. And now that's how I still spell it to this day. Isn't that's a little ridiculous. It's ridiculous to think about the little things that you know, but those people have left an impact. I don't talk to Stephanie anymore. Like we're not friends. I moved. Well, it's not that we're not friends. I just moved or we just lost connection and we're both doing different things in life. But she left that impact on me and I had no idea until I sat and thought about it. I keep deodorant in my center console in my car because my best friend did it and I was like, that's a great idea. You never know when you're going to need an extra piece of deodorant in Florida. And I put it in my center console because it keeps it cold. If I'm having a bad day, I drive over the bridge in our area that's really pretty. I go over that bridge and I have my windows down and I blast my favorite songs because that's what my best friend does when she has a bad day and that's what makes her better. She goes for drives. So now I do it because it makes me feel better, because it reminds me of her and it reminds me of how happy it makes her. It's the little things that you just don't realize. Like, sometimes it's family, sometimes it's friends, sometimes it's people you don't talk to anymore. An ex-boyfriend treats you a certain way, and then you're like, I never want to be treated like that. And you figure out what happened, what went wrong, and you become a better person because of it. You don't see it at the time, but it makes you a better person. It makes you be like, I'm not being treated like that. I'm not going to be with someone like that again. And I'm going to fix what I did. And then that's the impact and the impression that people leave matters, and you matter, and your story matters, and how you treat people is very, very important. The old saying in the book, treat people how you want to be treated. If I wanted somebody to scream in my face, I'd scream in their face. And then what? If you don't want to be talked to like that, don't talk to people like that. If you want to be treated with kindness, treat people with kindness. No, I'm not saying that's for everybody. You can't change people. And if people are going to be mean to you, yeah, you don't need to be kind to them. Like, that's a different story. I'm not saying be kind to everybody, but be mindful when you talk to other people. Say please, say thank you, smile. It goes a long way. Could be somebody's worst day and you could change it by a smile or a compliment or a hello. And you'd never know. You'll never see them again. So why be rude? The other thing that I do now because of someone is I put my parking brake on in my car. I don't really know why. I don't live on a hill. I drive an automatic car. There's no need for my parking brake to ever be on in my car, but I do it because my husband did it and now I've caught on to it. Now every time I get in a car, I go to turn the parking brake off. It's usually not always on, but I always put it on. And I spoke to someone about that and they were like, oh no, I 100% agree. Like my boyfriend, fiance, whoever, they did it and now I do it. And I don't know if there's any purpose to putting your parking brake on in an automatic car, but my husband does it and he's a car guy and now I do it. Stuff like that will just stick with it. Things that you're like, I don't know why I do it, but I do it. And then you look at it and you're like, oh, because so-and-so did it. Or whatever, someone said this one time and it resonated with me. Something else that is about like leaving an impact, I had a thought. When I was with my ex, he was not very masculine. I basically was mothering someone's son. Like, I cleaned up after him. We're not going to get into the nitty gritty of it, but basically that's what it was. And being in my relationship that I'm in now, having someone that's so secure being masculine is a breath of fresh air because I can step into my femininity. And I know we're in this new generation of feminism and equal everything, opportunity, the whole being treated equal. Yes, I agree with it. But when it comes to my relationship, I want to be feminine. I want to be able to turn my brain off because you got it. You figured it out. And that's also leaving an impact. That's leaving an impression for the fact that letting me be me without having to be the masculine one in a relationship, because that's not, no. I want you to take care of it. Now, don't get me wrong. When I'm by myself, I got it. All day I can handle it. I go to work, I'm a boss lady, I figure my stuff out, and I'm independent and I got it on my own. But the minute we're together, my brain shuts off. No, I want to be able to turn my brain off, close my eyes, take me somewhere, and when I open my eyes, no, I'll be happy because I know that you've got us and I trust you enough. Just like the whole traditional, he still opens your door for you. Damn right he does. I'm a lady. I want to be treated like one. You're going to open my door. I've never had to ask for it, ever. He always opens my door. Because before, no one was getting my door for me. But it's fine. I can do it. It's just like also, if I'm out by myself, I'm very aware. I'm very paranoid. I know what's going on around me, to the left, to the right, everywhere. Behind, I'm aware of my surroundings. Oh, okay, that person's there. Okay, that guy's a little close. Oh, this, that, and the other. When I'm with him, no, you got it. Brain off. You're aware of the surroundings. I'll turn my little brain off and I'll be a little girl and I'll do my girly things and da-da-da-da-da, and you got it. Just like that. Just like the Fast and Furious scene that everybody loves and it's posted on social media 50 bajillion times, where someone says something slick to the girl and she laughs because then her man steps in and is like, excuse me? And she's like, yeah, she knew because she was confident that he was going to handle it. And that's how it should be. You're masculine enough to handle all this stuff so I can be in my femininity and be so secure that, like, he got it. I can turn my brain off. I don't have to worry about a thing. I can be me. That's how it should be. It's such a nice and a breath of fresh air to just be able to just, yeah, he got it. You got us. You make the decisions. You can plan things. I don't want to have to think of every little thing ever. I don't want to have to be in charge of everything. You're the man. You got it. You can plan date nights. You can figure out where we're going to eat for dinner. It doesn't have to be this, oh, what do you want, back and forth bullshit. Let's see. Women are the most indecisive people on the planet sometimes. You know how much further you would get if you just planned stuff and you just decided, we're going here for dinner. Okay. Matthew comes home sometimes and he's like, let's go here for dinner. And I'm like, I'm ready, let's go. That's so much better than, oh, I don't really know, like, do you just want to cook dinner tonight? Or where do you want to go? Like, what, like, just decide. I feel like it's very old fashioned to think that way, and I don't know why. People are always like, oh, well, I'm an independent, strong woman who can do anything and no man can tell me nothing. Yes, you are. You are an independent, strong woman and no man will ever tell you anything. That's not what I'm saying either, because I'm independent and strong. And when I'm by myself, I got it. This is what's happening. You'll treat me equal. You'll treat me with the same respect as if I was a man, as if he was here. That whole thing I'm down with. The equal pay, the equal respect. But then when I'm with my husband and my relationship, it's a different kind of respect. I'm your wife. It's that respect. And don't disrespect me, because then you have him to deal with. Because his husband is not going to let someone talk to his wife like that. And that's the way it should be. You don't disrespect someone's wife. And if someone disrespects you and your husband, partner, boyfriend, fiance, whoever, girlfriend, whoever doesn't step in, they don't have your back. Because that's your partner and they need your back. They should have your back 110%. No matter what. Also goes hand in hand with, you don't fight in public. If we're in public and I do something that pisses you off, we don't have a hissy fit at the bar. We'll leave it. We're good. We come home, we address it in private. We're not taking our stuff and airing it out like dirty laundry on Facebook or in front of everybody. I'll be damned if I'm putting my relationship out there like that. Like, oh, every time we see them, they're fighting. Like, that's not happening. And that comes with learning and people having impact on you as well. Because people, if you see a couple like that and you're like, oh, he gets the door for her, I want to, what? Like, yes, because you should want that. And seeing that and like being with Matthew has left such a massive impression on my life too, with the fact of how he treats me, the amount of respect he has for me, the he would do anything for me basically. Like, and it's roles reversed too. Like, I got him 110% as well. Like, I'll have his back just as much as he has mine. But I just want to leave you with that little food for thought of you leave a really big impression on people, so treat people with kindness. There's no need to be rude to people. Not only is your husband or partner supposed to have your back 110%, your friends are supposed to have your back. And if they don't, see you later, sis. Sayonara. You're not it. Quality over quantity. If people are rude, they're going to leave a negative impact on your life, and we don't need that. Ever. Be kind. The world needs kinder people. And make sure you can be independent on your own and have that person that you can just come home to and just like take that weight off of your shoulders for 5 minutes. Because they got it. You don't have to make the decisions 24/7. They got you. The world needs more kinder people in it. Everybody matters. Everyone's story matters. And you matter. And you need the support in your life. You need the person that supports you, because there's going to be people that don't, and you cannot. You need people. You need your people. So be kind, and your people will be there for you at the end of the day. And that's all that matters. I love you, honeys. See you next Friday. Bye, honeys.